Hello, welcome to this session on TT loading process at Nayara Energy. Two truck drivers, Vijay and Ramesh, are sitting at a tea stall, having their morning tea and chatting. Ranjan walks towards them. He has joined in new as the helper for the truck driver. How are you, Ranjan? Ready for your first day? Yes, I'm a little nervous though. Whom are you assigned to for your process training? Anand, sir. Haha, we call him the turtle of our team. Enters Anand. He hears Ramesh and says, Yes, I'm the slow one. But remember, slow and steady wins the race. It is good to be fast in life, but not in our profession. It is better to be slow and safe than to be fast and sorry. Sorry, Anand. It is okay, Ramesh, as long as you understand that our responsibility is not only for our own safety, but also for the safety of others. We cannot joke about it or take it lightly. Ramesh and Vijay leave. Welcome, Ranjan. Come, let me show you how the TT loading process is done here at Nayara Energy. Yes. Loading or unloading a truck seems like a straightforward and simple process, and in most cases, it is. After all, it happens thousands of times every day in every corner of the country. But one has to be careful, as any negligence can affect your own safety and the safety of others. How? Any mishap or negligence can cause accident, injury or death. So watch the entire process very carefully. Let's begin. Firstly, as we approach the designated bay, the driver needs to start the process by showing the documents of the vehicle to the guard at the entry gate. Documents that are required for TTR, RC book, fitness certificate, explosive license, insurance, calibration certificate, PUC. These documents should always be ready with the driver and need to be in valid condition. See, I have all the documents here. Okay. Now patiently wait for the security checks to be completed. Please note the things that are specifically not allowed in the loading area are See to it that the driver always wears proper personal protective equipment and uniform as specified for the process. Fine. It is essential that every TT driver who is in possession of hazardous goods has a driving endorsement on the license and a helper always with him. You can see my license here. Okay. But in cases where the RTO endorsement on driving license is not available, the driver must have training certificate from RTO Authorized Training Institute. Does a helper like me need any authorization? No. Once we are authorized to get the TT in, only then the vehicle can move inside. We are finished with the entry checks. Let's move in. Alright. Do I have any role to play as your helper? Yes. Any movement of the TT in the parking area and TLF bay, especially in reverse direction, must be strictly done under the guidance of the helper. Keep in mind the speed limit of 10 km per hour within the terminal must be strictly observed at all times. Yes, of course. Let's stop here to look at safety fittings and equipment on TT that need to be taken care of. Check that the spark arrestor is properly and tightly fitted on the exhaust. Why is there a fire extinguisher here? What would you do in case there is a fire? Fire extinguisher is here for safety precaution. Always double check for a 9 kg fire extinguisher of DCP type near the tank and 1 kg portable fire extinguisher in the cabin. Fair enough. Let's move forward in the bay to see how we place the TT in the gantry for loading. Always make sure if one truck is already on filling bay, wait for the turn for loading. Then place the TT behind the line drawn on a level platform. The other TT has to be behind in waiting. In engine turn-off condition with driver inside the TT cabin, it needs to be turned off by firmly applying handbrake and the wheel chock to ensure vehicle does not move while loading. After placing TT in the platform, ensure engine is stopped and master switch is in off position. You must have heard the slogan, "A master lives on bread and cake and a driver lives on steering and brake." Now, next we remove the fire extinguisher of the tank truck and keep in front of the bay. Make sure the earthing clip is connected to the unpainted surface or brass cleat on the tank.
Okay, once all this is done, does the loading start now?
Yes, in this TT, we have to do top loading. So let me show you the process for top loading. First, open the discharge valve of the TT.
What is this bucket used for?
You need to keep the bucket under the bottom discharge valve and open the valve to check the previous contents of the TT.
Why?
So that there is no mixing of product. If we carried diesel in the last trip and now we are carrying petrol, then there will be a quality issue if they mix. So we have to ensure that it is empty before loading happens. Now close the bottom valves before filling. Wear the full body safety harness before going on top of the TT using the swing ladder. Place the drop pipe of the filling hose into the fill pipe of the TT and fill each compartment up to the correct dip. Next, close the fill pipe, dip point and emergency air vent properly, followed by closing the dome cover of the TT compartment. Finally, remove the earthing connection and wheel chocks before the truck is moved from filling bay.
Okay, what other type of loading is there apart from top loading?
In some tank trucks, we have to do bottom loading at the gantry. Come, let's see how the bottom loading is done in another truck. Follow the same precautions as you did before parking the TT at loading bay for top loading. Now check the loading arm is properly locked with TT manifold valve. Line up the arm for loading with API coupler lever in anti-clockwise direction. Remove the loading arm from the TT compartment. Only after the preset quantity in the batch controller is fully delivered. Ensure change of correct compartment for further loading. Lastly, before removing TT with self-starter, ensure all connections are removed before taking the TT out. Next, remove the wheel chocks, fire extinguisher, and both the crocodile clamps.
Okay, got it.
Once the whole process is completed properly, then the helper and driver get back into the truck and drive out. I hope you're clear with the whole process now. Let's leave.
They both meet Ramesh and Vijay back at the tea stall for tea. So Ranjan, how was the training? Good, I am all set for the TT loading operations.
So what do you prefer, the fast lane or the safe lane?
I prefer the safe lane always.
Good. As you can see, the loading process of TT is simple, but we need to follow each step of the process very cautiously. It is our responsibility to ensure our safety and the safety of those around us. Safety is as simple as ABC. Always be careful.